So far we discussed methods of solving linear equations, graphical, substitution, elimination and cross multiplication method. Now we are going to do application problems based on pair of linear equations. So we'll start with word problems. First topic is of fractions. So there is a simple steps to solve those problems, which is first we need to identify what do we want to find. What do we want to find? Remember, that's the most important thing. You need to identify that what are we going to find in the question. Sometimes students are not even aware that what we need to find. They make wrong equations and as a result of it, they are not able to get the correct answer. So most important point, identification. You need to identify which are the two unknowns that we want to find in the question. Done? Second, we need to convert into mathematical equations. Whatever information given in the question, we are going to use it and we will make mathematical equations. Afterwards, after you get the equations, guess it what? We are going to solve it. Simple, right? So, most important step is to identify that what do we want to find, and that is also given in question. You need to get hint out of it. So I'm reading the question first of all. We are going to discuss many topics for word problems. The first is fractions. So a fraction becomes 1 over 3 when 1 is subtracted from numerator, and it will become 1 over 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. Find the fraction. Very long sentence, you won't be able to absorb all informations at a time. Don't even do it. Okay, that's not the correct way to do it. First of all, I told you, we need to identify that what do we want to find, what is unknown. So find the fraction. Now you must be thinking that it is only fraction. How can we find two fractions? If it is two fractions, then it will be two unknown, right? But think, fraction is made up of numerator and denominator. Numerator and denominator, right? So when we are talking about finding fraction, we are talking about finding numerator and denominator. So we have two unknowns. One is numerator, another is denominator. So my first step is done, finding two unknowns. What do we want to find, right? I hope you are clear with the first step. So let me write. Fraction is equal to numerator over denominator. So I am assuming numerator as x and denominator as y. So let's form the equation. Now we need to form the equations. Read in question. Okay, what informations are given? We want two equations, so there are two different kind of information is given in question. We need to interpret it and write in a mathematical form. We are converting from English words to mathematical language, right? So let's start. A fraction becomes 1 over 3 when 1 is subtracted from numerator, and stop it there. Stop it. Don't read further from that point. Stop there, right? So a fraction becomes 1 over 3 when 1 is subtracted from numerator. I'm going to stop at that point and I'm only going to understand these three sentences first. That's it. I'm not going to bother about remaining question. So let's start. Fraction becomes 1 over 3. So whatever fraction I have right now, value will be what? 1 over 3. When, remember, when 1 is subtracted from numerator. So whatever numerator I have it, I will be subtracting 1 from it. So what will I get? 1 over 3. So let me do that. So my fraction is right now, okay, the reference I will be always taking, which is x over y. So let's only think about the first condition and make equation. a fraction becomes 1 over 3. So my fraction will become 1 over 3, right? I've written when 1 is subtracted from numerator. See properly, 1 is subtracted from the numerator. My numerator is what? X. So I will be subtracting 1 from it. And what about the denominator? Think, what about the denominator? Will I keep it same, or I will also subtract 1 from denominator, right? Don't think any incorrect situations on your own, right? It's not given, nothing, no information is given about denominator. Means there is no change in denominator. It will remain as it is. It will remain as only y and equal to sign. So this is my first equation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply 3 here and y over here. So 3 into x minus 1 is equal to y. I'm going to multiply 3 with each term 1 by 1. So 3 will be multiplied here, so 3x, and 3 will be multiplied with 1, which is 3, and here y as it is. Now I want to shift all the variables on left hand side. It is easy to read the equation. If y is on the another side, you may get confused that y is not there or what, right? So to avoid that confusion, I'm going to shift y over here. So if I shift it, it will become 3x, as it is a plus y, here it will become minus y, is equal to, I'm going to shift this 3 also that side, constant on RHS side. So which is 3, it was negative 3 and now it is positive 3. So this is my first equation. My first equation is done from first condition. Let's move for the second equation. So it's given that, let's read further from n, it will become 1 over 4. So previous case it was 1 over 3. Now it is what? 1 over 4. So let me write 1 over 4. Done. What changes will we make? Let's read it. When 8 is added to its what? Denominator. We need to add which number? 8 into denominator. So I told you, keep the same reference fraction in your mind. The reference fraction is x over y. I will not make change into this one. Remember very carefully. If you do any kind of changes into this equation, that will give you incorrect answer. So keep the reference fraction as it is. I will be only adding 8 in denominator according to the condition given over here. And think about the numerator. What shall we do? I told you previously, if no information is given, means there is no change in numerator, right? So numerator as it is and denominator 8 is added to its denominator. So y is already there. I need to add 8. So this is my equation. So 4 will be multiplied with x, so that is 4x, and this y plus 8 will be multiplied with 1. So any number multiplied with 1 will give you same answer. So that will remain as y plus 8. So let me shift this y over this side. So it is easy to read the equation about the variables. So 4x, and this is positive y, so it will become what? Negative is equal to 8. So my second equation is also here, and my first equation is already ready. So my first step is done, second step is done, form two equations. My two equations are done. Let me write this over here. So 3x minus y is equal to what? 3. Done. Now we need to solve it. You have 4 methods to solve. Graphical method, you need graph paper for it, remember it. Without that you cannot solve it. Second, substitution method, you substitute either value of y or x, it can work out, you will get the solution. Third, elimination method, you eliminate any one of the variable, again you can get the correct solution. And the last one, cross multiplication method, you can choose that as well. So I'm going to choose elimination method. The reason behind that is, See, coefficients. It's all about coefficients. 4 and 3 different coefficients. I'm not interested. It's very difficult to eliminate x. See, coefficients of y. It is -1 and -1. You must be thinking, where is the 1? I told you in previous session, if there is no number before variable, consider it as 1 here, right? And here as well. So see, same coefficient, right? So I am going to eliminate what? Y. Again, there is a one more step. Same sign or opposite sign. Think about it. If it is same sign that what we did in elimination method, think about it. We subtracted, right? So we are going to subtract these equations and we are going to get the answer. So let's subtract. If we subtract, we are going to change the sign. This 3x will become negative, minus y will become positive, this 3 will become negative. So this is what we have done. Now let's get the answer. This minus y and this is plus y. Remember, this is the new sign of y. Don't confuse with old one. So this y is also cancelled. Now 4x minus 3x, that will give you what? Only x. And here 8 minus 3, which is 5. See, my first my numerator is x is equal to 5. First unknown, we have got the value. First unknown is known. So x is equal to 5. Now let's get the value of y. So you can substitute in either of the equation. Let me substitute in the first one. So 3x minus y is equal to 3 is the equation. Now I'm going to substitute value of x into this equation and I will get what? Value of y. So 3 into 5 minus y is equal to 3, right? 3 5s are 15 minus y is equal to 3. Now I'm going to shift this 15 over here, so that will become negative. So minus y is equal to 3 minus 15. So minus y is equal to minus 12. 2 negative makes positive. So value of y is what? 12. So my two solutions, x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 12. So that's done. Now we were looking for two unknowns. That is, we have in front of us x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 12, right? So we have solved it. Now let's verify that our solution is correct or not. Okay, so if I write this in a fraction form, that will be, okay, x is numerator, so which is 5, and y is denominator, which is 12, right? Now let's start with the first condition, that are we getting the same answer or not. When 1 is subtracted from numerator, first condition, when 1 is subtracted from numerator, so 5, 1 I need to subtract from numerator, means upper side, 5 minus 1 upon 12. So 5 minus 1 is what? 4 and 12. So 4 1s are and 3s are. So 1 over 3. See, our condition is 1 over 3 and we are also getting 1 over 3 when we substitute the values into it. So first condition is satisfied. Hold on, check for the second one. So second condition, when it will become 1 over 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. So our fraction, I told you keep the fraction same, don't use the previous one. So 5 over 8 is added to denominator. So denominator is 12, will give 8 extra. So that will be 5 over 20. Let's do cancellation. 1s are and 4s are. So see, it will become 1 over 4. It is becoming 1 over 4, right? So our solution for this word problem is x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 12. So this is how we solve when we have word problems related to fractions.